England take on Italy in the Euro 2020 final at Wembley on Sunday night, in what is the biggest game the Three Lions have played for over 50 years. With the weight of the expectations of the whole country on their shoulders, can Gareth Southgate's team overcome the Azzuri and become European champions for the first time ever? Beautiful Goal TV takes a look.
What a finish! Beautiful goal.
England have had a relatively straightforward, if somewhat underwhelming, road to the final. Despite topping their group with 2 wins and a draw, they failed to live up to their pre-tournament billing as genuine contenders, playing drab football that far from captured the imagination. They improved slightly in the round of 16, where they overcame the old foe, Germany, in impressive fashion in their 2-0 win, with Southgate demonstrating the tactical flexibility many questioned he had in switching to a back 3, with Harry Kane finally getting on the score sheet, having looked a shadow of himself in the group stage. Things got even better for Kane and co in the quarterfinals against Ukraine, with the skipper netting a brace and a convincing 4-0 win, with Luke Shaw, Raheem Sterling and Jadon Sancho putting in excellent performances in what was England's best game of the tournament so far. So, unsurprisingly, they headed into the semi-final against Denmark as prohibitive favourites. With the game being played at Wembley, their 5th game there out of the 6 played so far, England were expected to run out comfortable winners, but fell behind early on to an absolute rocket of a free kick from Mikkel Damsgaard. England managed to keep calm and maintain their composure to level the scores before the break, reacting well to the first goal they conceded so far in the tournament. Yet, despite dominating the game in terms of possession, they struggled to put away a Denmark side who looked extremely fatigued and were forced to take off some key players. Kasper Schmeichel had produced a fine save from Sterling in the first half, but it wasn't until the introduction of Jack Grealish for Saka that England really threatened, and they were extremely fortunate to be awarded a penalty in extra time after Sterling went down in the area. Schmeichel, who had been brilliant all night, saved Kane's poorly taken penalty, but couldn't stop the England captain tapping in the rebound. To Southgate's credit, he showed even more tactical proficiency and managerial ruthlessness in taking off Jack Grealish, having brought him on as a sub earlier in the game, for Kieran Trippier, switching to a back 5 for the remainder of the game, ensuring there was to be no last-minute mental collapse as England booked their place in their first major final since they won the World Cup as hosts back in 1966. Italy, by comparison, have had a much tougher and therefore more impressive path to the final. Having topped their group after brilliant performances against Turkey, Wales and Switzerland, with Manuel Locatelli and Domenico Berardi starring for Mancini early on, Italy emerged as the new tournament favourites in the eyes of many observers, with France, England and Portugal failing to impress. They ran into some unexpected difficulty in the round of 16, needing goals from Federico Chiesa and Matteo Pessina in extra time to get past Austria, conceding their first goal of the tournament in the process. That game proved to be something of a reality check for the Azzurri, as they raised their level significantly in what was probably the best game of the tournament so far in terms of overall technical quality against Belgium in the quarterfinal, with goals from Nicolo Barella and a beauty from Lorenzo Insigne sealing their progress after a masterful performance from Jorginho and Marco Verratti in midfield. Their performance in that game suggested they had way too much quality for a Spanish side that had struggled past Croatia and Switzerland en route to the semi-finals. But crucially, Italy would be without Spinazzola, their most important creative outlet, after his injury sustained against Belgium. The game at Wembley turned out to be closer than many expected, largely thanks to the immense performance of youngsters Pedri and Dani Olmo, who were magnificent for Spain. After a tense 1-1 draw in normal time, with great finishes from Alvaro Morata and Chiesa, it went all the way to a penalty shootout. After some mind games from Giorgio Chiellini at the coin toss, toying with Jordi Alba, it was the Azzurri who prevailed, as goalscorer Morata had his penalty cruelly saved, sending Italy through to their 4th Euro final and 10th major final overall. Despite England having only conceded 1 goal in the tournament so far, and none from open play, it is the Italians who have looked the best team at the tournament and have played the best football, especially when Spinazzola is in the side. They have also had a much more difficult route to the final, in having to get past Belgium and Spain, while England have yet to be truly tested. England's most consistent player of the tournament has been Raheem Sterling. Not only has he contributed vital goals and assists, but his movement off the ball and work rate have been immense in every game. Stopping him dominating Di Lorenzo on the left will be crucial for Mancini. Harry Kane has not only found his goal-scoring touch, but also his trademark playmaking ability from deep in the last 2 games, although those came against midfields that were far less technically accomplished and tactically astute than Italy's. Italy will be looking to Verratti and Barella to track his movements, as he is unlikely to play on the shoulder of Bonucci or Chiellini, making him hard to pick up. Although Bukayo Saka will likely start on the right again, Jack Grealish will be a key weapon for Southgate off the bench, as could Jadon Sancho and Marcus Rashford, as England will surely look to expose Italy's lack of pace at the back. That's if Southgate remembers he has them in his squad. Italy's key player prior to the semi-finals was left-back Spinazzola, whose unique ability to create from that possession, yet still recover and make crucial blocks and tackles, will be sorely missed in this game. Emerson, while a technically gifted player, lacks the athleticism and attacking potential of Spinazzola, meaning Italy will be relying on Insigne and Chiesa to create in the wide regions. The midfield trio of Jorginho, Barella and Verratti, as ever, will be of utmost importance to Italy's chances, as their technical superiority and impeccable positional sense should see them comfortably dominate Declan Rice and Calvin Phillips in the center of the pitch. If they can produce the spellbinding, quick, one-touch passing sequences they did against Belgium, they could run rings around the English. Despite scoring twice in the group stage, striker Ciro Immobile is yet to find the net so far in the knockout rounds, having been denied by the woodwork and some fine saves, as well as his touch letting him down at times. If he can find his best form in front of goal, and Italy aren't solely reliant on goals from Insigne and Chiesa, it could spell major trouble for England, as on his day, he's one of the most lethal finishers in world football. Lastly, Chiellini and Bonucci, who have been imperious at the back all tournament, will need to be dominant against Kane, and be alert to the movements of Sterling, who often moves centrally when Kane drops deep to receive, while Chiesa and Di Lorenzo will need to be diligent in tracking the overlapping runs of Luke Shaw on the left. As previously mentioned, this is Italy's 10th appearance in the final of a major tournament. Amongst European nations, only Germany have played more, so this is far from new territory for the Azzurri. Having said that, it's worth noting that they have lost their last two Euro finals in 2000 and 2012 respectively, and haven't won a major tournament since Fabio Cannavaro lifted the World Cup back in 2006. England's last major success was at the World Cup 2, some 55 years ago, meaning this will be the first time most England fans have seen their nation play a final. In fact, the 55-year gap between their triumph in '66 and Sunday's final is the longest gap between major finals of any European nation. For Gareth Southgate, his players and the nation as a whole, this is uncharted territory. While there have been certain moments in this tournament which have made one wonder if it's written in the stars this time around for the English, such as Thomas Muller's inexplicable miss in the round of 16, or their dubious penalty against Denmark, Italy are without doubt a superior side, both technically and tactically. They are the only side at this tournament who have played with the same rhythm, fluidity and intensity of the best club sides in the world, and have looked the most cohesive unit. That's why we think, despite all the hype and premature celebrations in England right now, they are destined for more heartbreak, as Italy should control the game and play at a higher level than England have had to deal with so far in this tournament. Football is not coming home. Prediction: Italy to win 2-1. But what do you think? Will England come out on top? What are the key tactical battles you're most looking forward to? Let us know your thoughts and predictions in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to hit the like button, and if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for more beautiful Goal TV content in the future. As always, thanks for watching, much love, take it easy, and keep enjoying the beautiful game.